Hi everyone, K Kim here. Thanks for tuning in for tonight's market update. Today I am going to talk about S&P 500. We're looking at weekly chart here, meaning each candle represents 1 week. Today being Friday, this weekly candle is finalized and finalizing because as I publish this video or produce this video, the market is still open. About an hour left, but it looks like it's going to close strong here. I want to tell you something. I've been producing videos on the market looking at the long term, and people do not understand. If you do not understand what I'm talking about the market, you just really shouldn't be trading the market, right? And some people say like, oh, is he talking about day trading? Are you stupid? I'm looking at the weekly chart. I'm giving you guys monthly chart. Does it look like I'm talking about day trading? Am I looking at a 15-minute chart or 5-minute chart? We're looking at weekly chart here, guys. We're looking at primary term. So if you do not understand, just do not leave stupid comments because it's just exposing yourself, right? And that's one thing I realize is just people just do not understand the market, and they just go around on YouTube in their basement behind their computer saying stupidest things. Just quit it all together and just put that money somewhere else because you're just losing a lot of money here. But anyway, so we're looking at S&P 500 here. We're looking at the weekly chart. We're looking at primary term. We're looking at primary term uptrend. Okay, people have been saying this whole year and last year that we're on a downtrend. We're not in a downtrend. We're still in a primary term uptrend. You think we're on a downtrend because you're only looking at things in a microscopic level. Go back and look at it since 2008. We're not in a downtrend. If anything, we're in the commencement of resuming back up to primary term uptrend. If anything, we have been in a sideways market for sure, but we are not in a downtrend because you can see this was a support level. We held that level, and that's kind of what you see. Market goes up, and you will see a little bit of sideways market. You will see a little bit of shakiness, and then it gets its correctional move, and then it goes right back up. You see, when the market does something like this, right? When the market gets its shake and bake kind of type of action, this is where it wipes out everybody. Okay, it wipes out everybody. Most people gets bitter. Most people will wipe out their account, and then they'll leave the market bitterly. But you might ask, then how does market continue on? Well, because there's a new players continue to come in, and that's why the primary term uptrend continues on. Because people get wiped out, they leave the market bitterly, and then there are new players coming in. Because once the market starts to make its move to the upside, we're in a breakout level, what happens is this gets attention, public attention. So a lot of people who are not participating into these market crash shenanigans, they will come and they'll start to invest and they will start to make money. But people who are so negative, or not just a negative, just naive and ignorant, not able to understand where the market is headed, they will say that, well, the whole market is going to crash, we're going to nothing, and they'll bet to the downside because they're fearful of 2008, 2000, right? We do not have any action price. As far as the price action is concerned, we don't have anything like 2008 or 2000. Maybe your emotion and your fear, your impulsiveness, it feels like it's a 2008, 2000, but it is not like 2000, 2000, especially when you're looking at technical perspective. And I've done a lot of videos. I've done several videos that explains why that 2016 and 2015 is not like 2000, 2000. Okay, there's 5 reasons why stock market will not crash. That's the video you should watch, and I explain it why. There are 5 reasons of why 2016 is not 2008 and 2000. So what happens is, these players will come in, and these players are so convinced that the whole market is going to crash, right? And then because they don't have sound advice, they don't have sound informant. What they do is they just go around, look at these free tweets and blogs or YouTube videos, and then they just think that, oh, I'm gonna base my investment out of what these people are saying. Because obviously, if you just go on YouTube, everybody is calling the market crash. I'm like the only one saying that we won't, and I'm just surprised that there's nobody else giving us sound technical analysis. The reason why technical analysis is important and pertinent and is of value for many traders is this. When your emotions lie, when your feelings lie, when there are people out there, they have a hidden agenda, they want to get your attention to some dramatic and provocative titles to get your attention, to sell you something, technical analysis can give us that edge where as long as it respects certain level, as long as we are still in the primary term uptrend, as long as we stay above weekly 100 SMA, and also we're on a weekly 200 SMA is coming up like this. And as of today, if you look at your daily chart, we're above all the moving averages, 10 EMA, 20 EMA, 50 EMA, 100 SMA, 200 SMA, everything as of today. You must give benefit of doubt to the buyers. The trend is assumed to be in effect until it gives us a clear signal that it has been reversed. It's a doubt theory, okay? And we must understand the trend is assumed to be in effect until it gives us a clear signal. Do we have a clear signal that it has been reversed? That's something I've been preaching since late 2015. Even when we see a sharp decline, do we have a clear signal that it has been reversed? No. Even early 2016, even when we saw this, do we have a clear signal that it has been reversed? No. We do not. But if we've seen something like this, and then like that, with continuation with the lower highs and lower lows, then we have a clear signal. At some point around here, below 180 on Spider, that we have now a clear signal that it has been reversed. But we did not. I mean, you can just go back to 2008 and then you just draw uptrend support. We even have uptrend support that is respecting that primary term uptrend there. So looking at this chart right here, I want you to just think rationally here, okay? Let's be reasonable. Let's give benefit of the doubt. Can you say that this is resistance? Yes, that's a resistance. Why? Because last time we hit that resistance, this thing tanked. And then when we got back up to that resistance, if we would have tanked again and made a lower low, that would have been a huge, huge warning signal. I would have said, get out of the market. We are in this, we could have much steeper decline coming in the way. But when the buyers was able to clear above that level, and then we saw a couple like shakeouts after we break, came here, retested, and this time got up, and then this was a Brexit panic, and then we got back down to it, but we protected it again. You see this level? This is what we call old resistance becoming new support. And then we saw a monstrous candle last week, which I tweeted out, a strong bullish candle right on that weekly 100 SMA. You can check my Twitter. And then today, this week, we're seeing the follow through. That's what we call follow through to the upside. And why did we have a follow through? Because, and a lot of people asking, why didn't we not see a move like this after the Brexit panic? Because we've already cleared this level. You see, if we saw Brexit panic below this resistance, maybe start coming down, right? And then there's a Brexit panic start happening. I think market would have really plunged. Probably would have continued lower and even made a new low there. For the fact that we clear above, again, this resistance level I've been talking about for months. It's not something just came up with it today. In fact, you go back to look at my blog, twotradersclub.com, I've been talking about we're still in a primary term uptrend when market looked the most gloomy here and here on this days. So it's not like something like, yeah, because the market's been going up, so now he's saying all this. No, I've been talking about this. Go back to my blog, go check my YouTube channel. Have I given you any bearish analysis? Because every analysis I do is long term. I don't talk about things in day trading. I don't talk about things in couple days. I don't even day trade. Everything I do is much more long term. But most of you are short term because most of you do not understand the big picture, you see. So I'm trying to help you here looking at the more of a bigger picture perspective. because the market will give you shake and bake. Market will give you a little bit of correction here and there. Market does not go straight up. It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Especially since 2012 and 2016, we had this kind of move, and it's normal to see this kind of a sideways, kind of a shake and bake, kind of a consolidation type of action before going higher. You see what I'm saying? So this resistance is important. We cleared above it, and now we are actually making new highs. What does that mean? This high right here is higher than this high. And why is that important? Why is that important? First of all, this high is higher than this high. Why is it important? Because that's cultivation of an uptrend. That's how market inaugurates an uptrend, resumes back up, creates higher high, higher low, and that's it, game over. We're a private. This is extinction level of the bears. Okay, doesn't mean there aren't going to be short-term bears. Doesn't mean there aren't going to be, maybe even intermediate-term bears. I'm talking about like the bears who's thinking that we're gonna just crash the whole thing, and then everybody's gonna die, right? The whole financial market is gonna go to nothing. Right? Like the whole global market meltdown. The dollar is gonna collapse. Like your cash is no longer value. You might not even take out cash from your bank. It's just complete panic. We're gonna go black down in the whole global earth. Like there are people saying stuff like this. I swear, these bears been around, to be honest. They've been around since 2011, 2012, to be honest. I mean, I've been hearing this shenanigan for years. They've been calling, crash all throughout the move. And then when finally we saw a little bit of correction here and sideways move, finally it's here. This event that we're seeing today, this week, this could be that event to extinct these kind of people. They might come back, maybe a couple years later, but they'll be like dumbfounded until then. But I want you to know this. I always say this in every video. I'm not God. I'm just a man like you. I can't see the future. Anything can happen. It's life. What I'm proposing to you is this: given the facts, given the data that is at hand, tangible data that we see, okay? I'm not saying when it's down here and saying, well, that's the move we're gonna see this. That's stupid, because I don't know. On this day, I'm not sure if it's gonna come down or it's gonna go up. So it's stupid when people say up here and say, we're gonna do that. You see, I'm merely seeing the data it is at hand, the data that we can see. And I'm giving you the probability of what could happen based upon the past historical perspective. And then some people say something stupid all the time. Well, just because it happened in the past, it's not going to happen. Of course not. Are you stupid? Of course not. Just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen. But what are we based on? Well, our whole life is based on past historical perspective. The math you do, the science, the technology. Do you think one day, somebody like Steve Jobs just came and made an iPhone? No, he has to use the scientific data it has been in the past, like the computers. You think somebody just one day, like Bill Gates, can make a supercomputer or like a cell phone just one day? No, it has to gradually get better and better using past data. Do you not understand the same for you? Do you think one day you understand how to trade? Do you think one day you can become a doctor? No, you are taught, you learned about what others have done that's what the education is, learning about what other people have done in the past. And then as you go, you learn new things, you create new things, you create better things. But all your new things is based upon historical data, and that's what technical analysis is. Why people say the stupidest thing? If you don't know anything about the market, just don't say anything at all, because you're not helping anybody. And so many people doing with the social media and all these things happening nowadays that is helping. The noise. There's too many stupid information out there nowadays. You really gotta know how to filter things out. Otherwise, you're not gonna go anywhere. Oh God, I just had to give you guys a rant. I'm sure some of you feel like, dang, like this feels great. Like somebody's speaking out. Some of you just like feeling stupid because you're like, I think he's talking about me. I'll tell you what. Your true friends will tell you that you suck at singing because they don't want you to go, American Idol one day, and then you sing, and then Simon calls out, you suck at singing. And then you start crying, well, he doesn't know. I'm going to be a great singer one day. I'm going to show him what's up. But the whole world knows you suck. The reason is because nobody ever told you suck. That's why you never got better. Your parents lied to you saying that you're great at singing because they didn't want to hurt you. Somebody has to say. I remember, for me, I loved playing basketball, and I know you know that I'm Korean, and we Koreans, we're Asians, man, we suck at basketball because we can't jump as high as black people or white people. We're not as fast as black people or white people. We're not as tall as black people or white people. We can't even shoot that well. So, I'm not Jeremy Lin, so, there's like one in the whole world, maybe you can play in NBA, but, and I remember, man, I really wanted to play, and I just keep getting rejected in, high school and stuff. I can never make a team. Even if I make a team, I never really play. And then I go to I go to park and stuff like that, and I just sucked. I play against Asian people, like I was pretty good. But when I play with, like real players, on the street, like black people and, like real street ballers, and I just can't hang. And one day I had to tell myself, Kay, you suck. Like, I had to tell myself, you suck at basketball. Like, just find something else to do. Like, something you might be better at. Maybe bowling or golf, That doesn't require a lot of athleticism. But I had to let myself know that I sucked, and I had to move on. And some of you, maybe that's what you need to do. Move on in trading. That's not for you. It's not for anybody. You gotta have stomach for this kind of stuff. Anyway, that's my rant there. I think the market is getting ready to make new all-time highs. It has, I'm just looking at S&P 500 right now, but if you look at other indices, I've been doing other indices like Dow Jones Industrial Average. It looks very, very bullish. Russell 2000. I'm going to do actually another video where why I think Russell 2000 is going to have a huge, huge move to the upside next maybe 5 to even 10 years. But that's for another time. So everything looks pretty bullish here, and that Brexit panic might have been the last shakiness before this, because that's what this market does. You really have to understand that this market loves to shake everybody out, and then when this market actually finally starts to go higher, only a remnant of people profit from this. People with the big funds are the one who's going to be profiting from this. All the, retail traders, investors, they're going to get wiped out here. This is how they get wiped out. And then when the market continues to go higher, these people were so stressing out or so fearful, and they got hurt, they got burned, and they got slaughtered here. They just can't even think about riding this back up. And that's how this market works. Late 2011, I still remember what people were saying in 2012. I still remember early 2012 what they were saying. They were saying that, I still remember, I said this many times, but I remember many people were coming out and saying that, 2012, we're going to have such a crash that that's going to look like 2008 is nothing. Where people want to say that, S&P 500 go to like 400, not Spider, but like maybe, that means Spider going 40. They're saying that all kinds of stuff. They're saying that your cash is no longer have value. That's what they're saying back in 2012. Why believe these people? Why believe what people are saying on YouTube? Like, why believe me? Don't believe me, right? If you think that I'm bullshitting, then don't believe me. Then don't listen to me. But if I'm giving you solid analysis with the technical data at hand, okay, then maybe this is something to think about. This is something to think about. You're lucky that I'm single and I'm not married. I have a lot of time in my hand. So I love doing videos like this. But man, if I have family and everything, I don't have time for this. I'm not going to do this anymore. So you could, you know, maybe you just keep listening to this stupid YouTube people so then you can keep promoting their agenda, right? So anyway, this is gonna be not my last video ever, but probably not gonna do another video for about a few weeks or so. Or if you're following me on blog and stuff like that, probably not gonna write or any blogs for a few weeks. Or if you're following me on Twitter and stuff, I may not tweet anything for 2 weeks. I'm going on vacation next week, so I'll be away. But I wanted to give you this video and let you know. Again, check out my other videos. I explain why. I don't just come out and say, hey, I know that it's going to go up. There's always reason. And you know what? I made plenty of wrong calls in the past. Nobody's perfect, obviously. We make wrong calls. We all do. But let's just be reasonable about this. Let's just look at the market without... It's hard, but something that you want to master is subduing your emotion and being fair in your analysis. Being fair, even if you're short, and you may be still shorting or something. If you look at this, you gotta be fair. Yeah, that looks pretty bullish. You gotta be fair. But I mean, the market, usually it's gonna respect the long-term picture, you see. So, I would have to say that I think we may make new all-time highs sometime soon here, maybe in a few weeks. If the bears want to have any kind of hope at this point, I would see that just it's like, well, okay, let's say if the market actually gonna crash, what do you think? Maybe the first will be like you want to get this thing behind 200, okay. And below 100 SMA, and then you want to see a lower highs and lower lows. Mark, you see, that's what you need to do. And then after that, I mean, you gotta get below this support right here. But do we have that data right now? No, I don't. I don't see it. I don't see that data. I see this data. So that's what I'm saying. Anything can happen. But as far as the probability is concerned, as of today, it really favors the buyers. Really favors the buyers, and I think it's gonna honor the buyers. I think this market would honor that who held through this and understood that the market is still in a primary term uptrend, meaning though anything can happen obviously because it's life, but meaning we have a higher probability that the market could continue higher as long as we respect this level. We did that, and then once we gotten back above 100 SMA and respected this level as a new support right here, and then cultivation, that's important. Cultivate, that word, I love that word because that's what's important in the market. Once we start to cultivate higher high, higher low, kind of like this, low, higher low. Do you see this? Subtle. Maybe you forgot about it. High, higher high. And then you see what happens when we start to see a little bit of decline. All the bears from here, they're rejoicing here, not knowing that it's going to continue to cultivate higher lows and higher highs. And this is where the bear's life is miserable. Miserable. So don't be miserable. There are other things you can do. Maybe this isn't for you. But if you enjoy this is exciting, you have a stomach for this kind of stuff, then this is for you. So anyway, if you have any questions, please leave comments or questions on my blog, which the link is below this video. If you're watching it on YouTube, leave comments or questions on my blog for any kind of reply. If you leave comments on YouTube's comment section, I will not reply and I do not read them. Okay? Have a great weekend. And enjoy your summer. I'll probably come back to you guys on Twitter, Stock Twits, my blog, twotradersclub.com, and YouTube at 2K Kim in about 2 weeks after I come back from my vacation. Again, I also write articles, not every day, but maybe once a week or so on my blog. So you can follow my blog at twotradersclub.com. If you just go down and there's a called. So that's twotradersclub.com here. This is my blog, and if you go down, There you go, article alerts. And if you sign up for it, I mean, you can always opt out anytime when through email. It's really easy. But every time I write new articles or videos, you can get an alert in your email inbox, and you can get up to date with my up to date with my analysis and things like that. So yeah, I mean, and I don't ever say this, but if you're ever interested in getting my analysis, this is my first time ever talking about it. I don't like talking about it because it looks like I'm promoting my thing, but I'll just, because some of you have been asking me about it. So if you want to get my analysis and be part of and be in sync with what I look at, why I think the market, my analysis on the market, and I trade equities, and so if you want to get ideas and trade alerts and things like that, there's a membership there, and you get a private access to some of the content. So then you can sign up there if you like. If you have any questions, feel free to use there to email me. If not, it's cool. But again, you guys have a great weekend. I'll talk to you guys in about a few weeks.